Hi Oprah, my name's Tina Holden. My show, it's a traditional talk show. It's called Tech with Tina. How did we come up with that name? Well, after spending 26 years in the wireless cell phone industry, yes, we just said cell phone. No, we don't use our phones in the car because of no phone zone. We thought we'd come up with a way to help people navigate and educate through technology, and cell phones just happen to be what everybody has on their hips today. I'm 46 and I've always wanted to be what you are today, Oprah. Well, let's say I have a guest today, Dan. He's our first guest. His name is Dan with DLC, and Dan comes to us with 20 years of enterprise understanding, but also he carries a cell phone, but he doesn't use it in his car. Hi Dan, how are you today?
Very good. Thanks for having me on.
Great to have you. Well, smartphones. Cell phones and smartphones have been indispensable tools for today's business and community. Smartphones are the fastest growing with power of apps. How does one choose or know that they've chosen the right device for themselves today? You know, women with multitasking, kids out there with their text messaging. They shouldn't be texting in the car though, right?
Right, absolutely. I think there are lots of ways of choosing a phone. First, you can choose it for its powerful features. Like an iPhone right now with its 3G option is a very powerful phone, lots of features built in. You can also choose a phone by its price. For example, the BlackBerry line has a large number of phones, and some of them are a lot less expensive than others. And finally, you can choose by reliability. These models that have been out, the longer they've been out, the more reliable they're going to be.
Well, that's great to know. To support ease of use, would you say that you've chosen some of the same for yourself? Which way would you steer for you?
Well, I think that the iPhone and the BlackBerry have both been out a long time. Of course, the Google one is a little bit newer, but in the beginning, these phones leapfrogged each other. They tried to come up with different features to beat each other out, but they're all very usable right now. I think that the bigger question is you need to think about which computer you have. For example, if you have a Mac, an iPhone is definitely a good choice because it syncs up with the Mac very well, and BlackBerry syncs up with the PC very well.
Well, after you choose your device, now it's time to accessorize. You know, fashion, it means everything. What are your suggestions that would complement or would I want to make sure is in your holiday gift box?
Holiday? Are you getting me a gift for this holiday?
You know, those car chargers, those cases, those Bluetooth headsets, especially the Bluetooth. Oprah would be so proud of you if you encourage people to have Bluetooth because you're not distracted on the phone and you have your hands on the wheel. So what do you think is important to have accessories?
Well, I think that in the beginning, I remember buying my first car charger for my BlackBerry, and it was very expensive at that time. But nowadays, the accessories are all very low cost, and some of them even come with the phone. So I think this is a good time. You can get all of these car chargers, Bluetooth sets, everything.
And most of the time, I think they package them in the package with the phone when you activate new service.
That's right, they do.
Now, with applications, there's certain ones for women on the run, would you suggest? Or you know a woman that's multitasking all day, what would you suggest she use?
Well, today women are getting very organized with their schedules, and there's a great product that I've researched called Pocket Informant, and it has both your schedule organized in there as well as a task manager. The great thing about this product is it actually syncs up with Google Calendar online, so all of your friends can be clued in on what you're doing.
Now, did you just say that all of my friends, but what about the people I don't want to know what I'm doing?
Well, you have to invite the right friends to that list.
So what about the kids and cell phones? What do you think of that?
Well, there's a great little app called Little Metal Ball, and it's a very interactive adventure. It's got so many screens and interaction going on. You have to navigate this little ball through all sorts of terrain, like wicker shelves and icy areas, and it's a lot of fun to play, and it's only $2 to download.
Well, and I know you said you don't have kids, so you're not actually playing that game with anybody, I guess.
That's right, not yet.
So how do you know about it?
Well, it's if you look at the number of apps that are available online, they always showcase the different games that are most popular right now. That one's getting downloaded quite a bit.
Okay, great. In ending, Dan, if someone wanted to purchase a cell phone or choose a wireless carrier, what would be 3 things you would suggest to help them making their purchasing decision easier?
Well, I think there's you used to think about what the other phone is going to do for me. You know, like the grass is always greener on the other side. But I think nowadays you need to think about upgrading your phone or getting a new phone in this way is you need to think about if you're really addicted or tied to a certain app or a certain application that runs in that phone. If you are, then you'll want to upgrade that phone rather than trying something that's in another model. And also I need to talk about carriers. Some phones like the iPhone are still tied to a limited number of carriers, and if you want to stick with one of those, you're going to have to stick with the iPhone. Otherwise, you can explore other areas.
Well, and as we know, Dan, the learning curve in technology, it's so overwhelming. But that's what we're trying to do, Oprah, is we're trying to take the educational format and technology as a whole. And we started out with cell phones because we know it's the worst habit, but also the undependable, addicted habit. And basically, in your car, we encourage you. The no phone zone, it's important to do. And our 26 years of wireless wisdom, Tech with Tina deserves to be a show. And we look forward to hearing from you, Oprah, and thanks for having us.